So, welcome back, folks. Here we're on part two of Pro Wrestling Tonight here this week. We'll continue with our Dynamite review here. So, yeah, the MJF promo was just awesome. Later on, after that, we get a random promo from Miro. What did you think of? I was like surprised when I saw him on my TV.
Well, I was wondering. I was like, Jesus, is he still with the company? Like, at the end of the day, I think he's super talented, Miro. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
definitely,
Like,
definitely.
and I felt like he was one of the ex WWE guys I was happy to see that would show up there.
Yeah,
You
because
know
he
what I
never
mean?
got a good chance in WWE.
No, and they using him as, you know what I mean, the evil Bulgarian guy to me is just so stupid. You know what I'm saying?
And the
So
fans got behind him without even like him having any big storylines or anything. So that's really
exactly.
impressive.
So was I surprised a bit that it was here? What I thought was weird was that you do a promo that he's there and then you make him show up after the
Yeah.
promo.
Yeah, it felt
Like that.
weird.
Like I should have seen this promo like last week.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It felt like the promo. Yeah, it felt rushed. It didn't feel like he was about to come out. Then he came out. It was like, what? That's weird. And
Exactly.
like his promo was kind of like some weird nonsense. I didn't really understand what he was talking
Me
about.
neither. He kept talking to God, or I thought at one point, did he leave his wife? What's he talking about? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And what's so weird about the whole thing, this montage is fit. Okay, so you bring in Johnny Elite, you make his appearance as the secret guy during the tournament. Okay, he loses. You put Adam Cole over. Adam Cole continues, whatnot. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then you promo Johnny Elite as he has an open challenge. So in your head, you're like, okay, so he's going to bring somebody out. It's going to be a good match. He's going to be surprised. It's going to start a feud or whatever. No, you overlap this open challenge with a completely different promo from a guy you haven't seen in a long time. And then you have
It's
him
basically
come
like a
out as,
re-debut. Yeah, like
you
they're
know what I'm
not
saying?
giving John Morrison's
Enough
like
time
he
to
was
build
just a
himself.
surprise guy. Now you're losing to like basically another surprise guy.
Exactly. So you understand, I wasn't the only one thinking this was crazy
No,
last night.
that was
I
one
was
thing
like,
that felt weird too.
yeah, I was like, this does not make sense. I
Like
was
we
like,
haven't
that
seen
does
either
not
of
make
these
sense.
guys on TV very like on AEW anyways. And now they're like wrestling each other. It felt like they don't really fit in. It didn't fit
No,
in.
no, it didn't. It didn't. You should have done this at the tournament. Miro
There you
returns
go.
during
That would have been
the
a
tournament.
good reason to.
Yeah. Miro's surprise guy, the Joker, well, then it's Johnny Elite. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he spoils Miro's return. And then Miro gets so mad. Miro beats the shit out of him through the whole building, almost practically injuring him. And then you start a feud that you could say, oh, it started over there and now it's trickled over here or whatnot. I never liked you over there. Whatever. They did nothing like that. Instead, they overlapped two fucking things. It didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. It was the worst thing of the night.
Yeah, it was. It was the worst thing of the night for sure. Unfortunately, I don't know if Miro was supposed to be heel, face. Like his promo was kind of face, but then he's wrestling John Morrison, who's face. But Miro was like asking for. He looked like a bit rusty too in the ring.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Like
He did.
I mean,
But
better
he
than I
looked
could do.
like a
But like,
yo. Did he not look like $1 million though? As soon as I said he looks like $1 million, I think it was Tony Schiavone that said Miro looks like $1 million.
yeah, he's in super good shape for sure, though. For sure,
He
he's been
probably the
working
best
out.
he's ever. Yeah. He's a lean fighting machine right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking great. Still didn't make no sense.
Yeah, that was like an odd thing. Then next we get Jericho Appreciation Society promo. This whole show was very promo heavy.
Very.
I mean, it's kind of cool because there was so much wrestling on the pay-per-view that maybe they had enough sense to be like, okay, let's like give them a bit of talking.
Yeah, but to me, a wrestling TV show though, like if we're
At the end of
basing
the
on
day, there was still too much talking. Yeah.
You don't like it. I love promo. I
Well, I
like
mean,
promo shows. I like promo. I like a show that's just well put together.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
mix
yeah. No, you
promos
definitely
and
need
good
some
match.
good wrestling promos. That's definitely part of it. That without promos, no one's gonna care about the
Well,
show.
there's no pay-per-view. Yeah, there's no payper-view without promos. Without promos, there's no build-up. There's no pay-per-view. Basically,
Exactly. It's just at the end of the day, it's like you might as well go down to like your local college and watch the kids wrestle each other in amateur wrestling.
exactly, exactly. You know, so
But yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, like there was a lot of promos on the show, but like, yeah, it's a good mix because there was a lot of wrestling on the pay-per-view. So let's go more promos.
yeah,
And what I liked is that, like I said before too, is that we're continuing the feuds here, like the Jericho's Appreciation Society promo. It's clear that this isn't entirely over between these two sides, you know?
not, yeah.
So next up, we get this pretty nuts match. It was good, but it felt like there was so many guys out there. Darby Allin, Matt Hardy, Christian, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy taking on Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Hikuleo. Five versus five.
First, why is Hikuleu there?
He just showed up. No one said anything. And then they just showed him on a
Exactly.
graphic. And I was like, who the hell is that? And then I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then they didn't really, with all the promos on this show, they could have done a little backstage promo, be like, hey, he showed up.
No. If I was Hikuleu too, I would be kind of pissed. Since he's been back in North America wrestling, he did the same thing happened on Impact. He's not there. Then all of a sudden, Bullet Club, blah blah blah, Chris Bay. Oh, Hikuleu's there. Never seen him. Heard of him. Never seen
No
him. I'm like,
introduction.
oh,
No.
okay, he cool. So he shows up with Chris Bay. He's his backup from the Bullet Club. So he stays around there for a few months, disappears back to Japan. And then in your head, you're like, okay, so does he take the Gorilla of Destiny side? Or is he still Bullet Club? I mean, he's
Mhm.
their brother. He's their little brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so oh no, he's still Bullet Club. Then all of a sudden he's on AEW mixed in the elite. No announcement, no relation to why he's there besides, oh, Jay White decided to loan him. Okay, but
It's
where's
such a
the back?
lame afterthought of a storyline.
Where's the backstory to this?
That's it. No, yeah, that was lame. That was lame. It's cool to see him, but they could have put a bit more effort in to get the guy
Yes,
over. Because look how impressive he is. How tall is he? 6'10"?
he's 6'11", and he's like fast. He's
And
big.
his
He's
dad is
fast.
Ming.
Yeah, his dad's Ming. Yeah, it's his adoptive father. Yeah,
Just give this guy all the titles at this point.
yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
Ming has two adoptive sons and one. What's his name? Is his not Tamatonga but Tong Lao, the one that was in WWE there for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
He's his real son.
Camacho. I think
Yeah,
they went
he's
WWE.
his real legit son. Tamatonga's his adoptive son, and Hikuleu's is his other adoptive son. And then
Because
the other
Haku is
one,
known for being such a nice person.
yeah, exactly. The other guy too. There, what's the one? The one that used to be with Okada,
Yeah.
the little one that's in Bullet Club. He's in Bullet Club also now. He's another brother.
So yeah, interesting match, kind of like a cluster.
It was a cluster.
Clusterfuck. Yeah, the face team picks up the win. A lot of guys, it felt like we didn't see much in this match. Darby felt like we hardly seen. The
No,
Young
didn't the
Bucks,
Bucks
I don't
win?
know.
Then they the heels won.
Did they? Maybe
Didn't
they
they
did.
win?
Yeah. But then
Trying to remember. Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah.
end, yeah, perhaps, yeah. And then at the end though, yeah. For
There
some
was a little
reason I mixed that up because they're at the end.
Christian.
Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Christian, they're all standing tall still though in the ring. And
Yeah, they're arguing. They were arguing though,
yeah,
weren't they?
exactly. Like Christian seems to not want, oh yeah, Matt Hardy was talking to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and Christian's like, no, don't talk to him.
Yeah, it was.
Like you listen to me. Like I think Christian's gonna end up turning on them, or
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was just.
They're
I
trying to
don't know.
make it somewhat interesting.
It's not.
I don't mind Christian. I like seeing Christian wrestle, but
I
just
love Christian. I don't like this mix up.
no,
It's
exactly. They could come up with a better mix.
yeah, definitely.
Then we get Swerve and Keith Lee backstage with like just some random rich dudes from like various walks of life. Like I didn't
Yeah,
understand exactly why, but
me
are like
neither. But
Swerve's
Swerve,
boys.
in my head, I was like, well, Swerve probably is a man of his word. He probably promised all these guys he'd push them on TV, and he just did. So
Yeah. Yeah,
good
they
for
look
them.
cool though. I do like this team. At the pay-per-view, they were cool. They were good. I
Yeah,
like
they are.
that.
They are. Their chemistry is good.
Yeah, I was not sold on it at first, but yeah, I like them as a team, and I like Swerve in AEW more than I liked him in WWE.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then we get Athena, who is Ember Moon, who was Ember Moon on NXT. Interview with Tony Schiavone, which of course, okay, anytime Tony Schiavone does an interview, isn't it obvious that it's going to be interrupted in like 2 seconds?
Interrupted all the time. Yeah.
Seriously, every time he always gets his interviews interrupted, unless maybe it's Sting, but even then, like, no,
Yeah,
he just always gets his interviews interrupted.
and then he's interrupted by Michael. What's his name? Bit
Malcolm Bivens,
Michael Bivens. Yeah, that's it. Malcolm
he,
Bivens.
he's with Jade Cargill, of course,
Oh,
Kira
can we?
Hogan, Red Velvet.
Okay, let's sidetrack for a moment and go back to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, was
Jay
her match
Cargill,
not like the
the
one match
worst,
that was too long on the pay-per-view? Maybe it was.
worst, worst women's match of the year. Worst, so many botches.
I know that I
Terrible.
felt I was like, man,
I felt bad for them. I'm like, these two girls are way too green to be on a pay-per-view. Wait, I don't care
there
what she
was no
looks like.
heat. No one thought Anna Jay was gonna win that match.
No, nobody thought
No,
Anna Jay
that
was.
yeah, that was the low point of the pay-per-view. And not only like, I don't know. They were just not in the right spot, but plus it was a bad match. But even if it was a good match, it still would have been too many. There were still too many matches.
It
And
just
because
shouldn't
it
have
was
been there.
bad, I wish it
Okay,
didn't happen. I just
these
wish
two
it didn't happen.
girls, these two girls are way too green to be on a pay-per-view like that.
1v1 in a match like that.
Okay, and Jade Cargill, you could say she looks like $1 million. She has a fucking title. Every match I watch of her, she fucks up. Every
Fucks up.
match I watch, there's some move in there she's not going to coordinate properly with her adversary. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to look good every goddamn match. We can keep saying it's live. We can keep saying it's this. We can keep saying it's that.
No,
No,
it's
I'll
just a
tell you
lack of
what it is.
experience.
Lack of experience. She needs to disappear off television for a half a fucking year, learn to wrestle the basic fucking moves to continue a match. The fact that you could bench press a bitch and throw her on the floor doesn't mean you're
It
a
doesn't mean you're
goddamn
a good
wrestler.
wrestler. Yeah,
It
true.
doesn't. You can't even do a roll up properly. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, go
Yeah.
to wrestling school.
Sometimes your psychology is totally off too. You're like, doesn't really
You
make
know what I'm
sense.
saying? It was fucking whatever, man. Whatever.
One
Like, I
thing I
tell you
find
what.
funny though is like, okay, the W like, okay, people on the indies used to be considered um like they'll never be maybe like a lot there was like this stigma like, oh, guys on the indies, you'll never get as good as guys in WWE or guys from back in the old days because they just wrestle more than you. They wrestle all week. So just wrestling on the weekends, there's no way you can really get as good. But
Yeah.
but look at AEW. Their schedule is so light with this only TV schedules that guys on the indies actually wrestle more than than their roster. Because also
Yeah.
they have so many guys on the roster that like they're not even on every week.
No, they're not. They're not. That's the
So their
thing.
young guys are not getting almost any experience. Like Hook, I don't think Hook's wrestling like random indies.
I haven't seen him.
No, we'd see it advertised.
Like they have a lot of guys that wrestle on the indies. Like John Moxley's in every goddamn indie show he can be. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
they have some guys who do, and
but the young cats, all of their young guys, the
they should
ones that
almost be required to work on the indies.
they're not. They're just not there. They're
They're
not
probably just
there.
stacking that cash, buying
No,
fucking Jordans.
I don't understand it. To me, it's kind of I find it awkwardly weird in a certain way
No, I
about
mean,
it.
how is Jade gonna get any better? We don't need to see her like first 20 matches. None of those should have ever been on pay-per-view. No wrestler's first
No,
matches should be on pay-per-view. Way too much.
exactly, exactly.
Then we get the rest of the women come out, blah blah blah. That segment was pretty pointless. Honestly, Athena,
She's a
we'll
good
see what
wrestler,
happens with
man.
her. Like their women's division could use some better wrestlers. She has some good moves, but she was
I
never
find
gonna be a main eventer in WWE.
I find for their women's division have a bunch of girls that are really good, but they just don't seem to push the really good ones on a regular basis. I mean, when's the last time you saw Mercedes Martinez?
Every time I go on YouTube, it always says that she's the one. She's always defending her title on Dark.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. I don't get
She's
that.
money. Put her on. She should have been in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather see Mercedes Martinez defend the Ring of Honor title every damn week than
Then
watch
Jade.
NJ
I've seen
and
too
Jade
much Jade
Cargill.
Cargill at this point.
I've seen way
Definitely.
too much Jade Cargill, man. Like I want to throw up. Like I'd rather watch Kiera Hogan in
She's a
Jade
better
Cargill's
wrestler.
place.
She's a
She's a
legit
better wrestler, you know. So yeah, exactly. So
Then next up we get Wardlow, who has his music back and everything. They give him this entrance where they follow him from the back, Goldberg a bit esque, cool,
yeah,
different. Taking on JD Drake, who looks like he has
your
no
uncle.
business being on TV, but at the same time, that's cool. I don't know.
Yeah, looks like
It's
it's your uncle.
okay.
It looks like Saturday morning wrestlers, you know, like jobbers.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like a jobber from like 1991 Superstars.
Yeah, you know, like he has no music. He's just in the ring, and they say JD Drake,
And
then
his
he lifts
taunts is
his
just
hand
like, yeah, like one finger in the air or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. And they're like, you get one shot in. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But you know what? Like, there's a place for guys like that in wrestling, and WWE never uses guys like that anymore.
No, they don't. And there is a place like that for a guy.
For
Hey,
sure.
man, who didn't like watching Iron Mike Sharp?
He was great.
He
It
was
establishes
great, man.
like more of a pecking order.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. You know, it does. And you knew if the guy was taking on Iron Mike Sharp, he was going to get punched in the face a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, he's not going to steamroll over. Maybe this is the one where Iron Mike wins.
Yeah, he'll pull one off for Canada. Do it for
He'll
Ontario.
pull it off. Do it, Iron. You know, and then you're always disappointed.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, there's a place for guys like this. Wardlow, of course, picks up the win. Mark Sterling comes out, so I guess this is going to be Wardlow's next storyline.
Yeah, getting sued.
Getting sued by Mark Sterling for beating up all the security guards over all these weeks, which is good. I mean, they're paying attention to detail. They're talking, you know.
It's a great angle.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with this, but it's funny. I think Sterling's going to come out with someone. It can't be Wardlow against Tony Nese. I know right now he's managing Tony Nese.
Yeah.
But
I don't see that happening either.
It's not just going to be Sterling against Wardlow.
I don't see that making sense, Tony Nese, you know, so.
I don't know. Tony Nese is good. Like, maybe they'll give him a push here. Because WWE never gave him a chance. No. He would get killed by Wardlow. I don't know. Who could it be?
If you're going to push him, you're going to push him against, like, Taylor Yuta, You know what I mean? Or like Orange Cassidy, or you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna
There's
go
a guy
like,
we haven't seen on TV in a while. Orange Cassidy.
yo, is he injured?
I think they're just like, we don't want to see this guy anymore. It's too much of a joke. I
You think
think
they would do that
I
to
have
him?
nothing against the guy. I actually thought he was like interesting at some points, but I don't know. I just think Tony Khan got bored of him or got
That's
tired of writing
possible.
storylines for its
That's
craziness.
possible. That's possible. Yeah,
The
he
last
got
time I remember
monotonous.
seeing him, he kicked that giant in the shin, and then the giant like owned him. I think it was like the debut of the giant.
Was it?
That's the last time I remember seeing him. It wasn't that long ago, but it was still a
Yeah,
while.
something like that. Definitely.
Then we get Scorpio Sky backstage promo with Dan Lambert and Ethan Page. Basically just hyping up his title defense against Dante Martin on Rampage. You know
Yeah.
what I find? Okay, I find Dante Martin looks like he also could be Luke Perry's son. He looks like Luke Perry, this guy. He looks like he could be Jungle Boy's brother.
He might be Luke
Like,
Perry's
they're actually brothers.
illegitimate second. Yeah, you know,
Fuck, he must have got a lot of pussy during the 90210 days. Like, too much pussy, man.
probably,
Dude.
probably that's why there's Jungle Boy.
There's Jungle Boys all over the place, probably.
There's a whole jungle of boys, of
That's it,
fairy boys.
exactly. Then we get our semi-main event. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter taking on Ruby Soho and Tony Storm.
God bless Jamie Hayter.
Oh yeah, she was looking good in this one.
Man,
Britt Baker too.
wh-
No, they're a good combo. They're a good
what a chick. What a
little
wrestler, man. Just looks like $1,000,000, wrestles like $1,000,000. Like,
she could go, she could like get some more spotlight. I think one day she'll turn against Britt Baker.
yeah, she needs to. They need to really push her. Like, they need to.
They could put Britt Baker more with Adam Cole as a package. I could see that being more.
Yeah,
of a-
like with the elite, you know what I'm saying? Like as a member,
I
like a
came up with
legit.
this crazy storyline while watching the pay-per-view that I thought they should do. They should make Adam Cole tell Britt Baker that she has to stop wrestling because he wants her to have a baby. And then she says no because of she wants to continue her career. And then he like downplays her career and says his career is more important.
And then they start a feud between
Yeah,
each
kind
other.
of. Yeah, exactly. But then she feels guilty because she still wants to have a baby. I don't know. I think it's some like fucking
You can push this.
deep
You
shit.
can push this. Yeah, you could push this. It would work.
Yeah. Then so then we get in our main event, Daniel Garcia versus John Moxley. And that was really good. What I liked, a little small attention to detail that they did during the Jericho Appreciation Society promo before, earlier in the night, we didn't see Garcia. So it's just like a little thing. The second time you see a guy come out, no matter what, in any wrestling show, the reaction's always less.
Yeah, it's true. I like
Like
this match.
unless you're like Stone Cold, you know. But like
Oh yeah, if you're one of the big names, you could come out 10 times and people are still gonna scream. But wow,
good
this was
wrestling,
rough.
man. And this is
Hey,
another thing which I really liked. I was watching. Um, it means the feud's continuing, you know. And like they continued with the violence in this match. Like there was a lot of blood,
man. Okay,
a lot of blood.
I thought Moxley. Okay, and see, this is what I was saying. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I told you Moxley's move, where he flips the guy upside down and just lets him free fall, is
Yeah,
stupid. This week proved by far and 100% that I am so right about that move. He just flipped him and dropped him on the
on the
stairs,
stairs. Yeah,
like
that looked like
not
so
on the flat
painful.
part of the stairs, like on the
On
stairs.
the stairs were positioned upright.
Yeah,
Garcia
like
like crawled under the guardrail and hit his face. I think he was like screaming in pain or something. Or I don't know why he would hide his face because you're
yo,
selling.
because
If you're in
his
pain, just sell. That's
his face hit the stairs.
He just
Like
got owned by these freaking
he was
stainless
supposed to
steel
get,
stairs.
yeah, like he was supposed to get flipped on the flat part, I would assume. And it's like Moxley didn't give a shit. And then in my head, at that one point, Garcia is down and he's screaming, he's in pain, and the referee goes to Moxley in the ring and says something. Moxley yells something at the referee. And in my head, I looked at my girlfriend and I said, he probably said, tell him that's a rain check. That's what I thought. I said, for sure, Moxley, the way he did that, Garcia did something to him. Either tonight or at the pay-per-view, Garcia did something to Moxley. Moxley did not like and said, I'm gonna give you a rain check, motherfucker. And that was a rain check. That you don't do that to a guy in wrestling. I don't care who. Yo, he just
It
flipped
was
him, no
reckless. It
care.
was really
It was
reckless.
turned around, didn't even look, like he knew that's what was gonna happen. He flipped him and just looked away. It was like he's gonna fucking break his neck. Fuck him. And then he completely like said it to the referee. That's what I thought he said. I was like, man, he just said rain check. He just said rain check to the referee. Rain check. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I can't believe he really did that on national television. Like you're gonna pay, motherfucker.
I think this
I
was
thought
Garcia's best match
it by far.
that we've seen. Yeah, I would say. I've even seen
By
a guy like before he got to AEW. This guy, definitely a hard worker. He's had already a lot of main events on Dynamite, and at some point I felt he had too many main events, but this was good. I found he did a good job here. He did a good job at the pay-per-view too.
Yeah, and I really like the submission reverses that they kept doing, you know what I mean? Like on one on the other and everything. I thought that was really good. It really showed the two dudes.
Yeah. They did like that's it. There was a lot of mix of everything. There was violence, there was wrestling. I really
Yeah,
like what Moxley is doing. This is the best I've seen Moxley, Dean Ambrose, anything. This is like I think he's at his best right now.
he is.
He's
Yeah.
toned down the crazy just wrestling outside all the time for no reason. Still does it. Every time he does it, makes it mean something. Also gets it done in the ring though.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. Moxley's a valuable piece to this company.
Oh yeah.
So
I was
I'd say
wondering, who do you
we-
think will be the first two-time AEW champion? Oh, okay. And yeah, Moxley picks up the win, of course.
yeah.
Who do you think will be the first two-time AEW champion?
I'd have to say Kenny Omega.
Omega, yeah, that's a good theory.
Like we're watching
This
this
guy's
TV
so
show.
in his prime that
I think this is the cool thing about AEW though right now. Like we're watching this show, and this show is above wrestling wise all the other shows. I mean, if you think of the top tier talent, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, MJF,
it's overloaded.
Moxley, you know, Adam Cole, Adam Page, just these 6, 7 guys are driving this show like crazy right now. And then you forget, hey, there's Kenny Omega.
I know. Yeah, like where is he
Not
gonna
there
fit
right
into
now.
all this?
Like, man, I think Omega is going to be a surprise comeback soon, and he's going to get that title. I think it's going to be him and CM Punk.
That'll be interesting. I like to see that.
And
Punk,
I think
Punk should be an interesting champion. I want to see this. This could boost ratings. Punk as champion, I think, could boost ratings. What MJF is doing right now, I think, could boost ratings. I think we could see a bit of a. I think they might be like on an upswing here.
yeah, I'd go as far as to say the mistake that AEW made for them to get that over the top ratings is to have FTR in the ring and have the Briscoes come out and challenge them live on TV. That would get a pop. That would do the doop. The only
Can't
thing
miss.
missing.
Then we're talking almost like can't miss, especially if Briscoes. You know, if they bought Ring of Honor, you got to have the Briscoes in there.
Yeah. Too late. Impact champion. So
yeah, no, that's it. So yeah, it was a big week of AEW. We won't go that much into other stuff this week. There was, of course, all other shows, but just one big news out of the Impact thing that I heard that I just want to talk about. W. Morrissey apparently leaving Impact. what do you think about this? Do you think he'll show up in AEW? We already seen him wrestle
Definitely.
once.
Yeah, definitely. That's where he's going.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so
that's
too.
where he's
Maybe he'll show up with MJF. Maybe he'll be with Smart Mark Sterling.
Oh, that's a possibility. Yeah, that would be a good angle to bring him in. I mean, listen, he's done what there is to be done in Impact. That he had good
Yeah, I agree.
storylines.
I think
He
he
had
left on
good
good
runs.
terms.
He's left on good terms. I mean, at the end of the day, Impact said it. Scott D'Amore said he wants to keep the door revolving as much as possible. He wants to keep
And
like a
that's
main.
great. That's what's making interesting.
Yeah, he wants to keep a core of about 25 guys to 30, 25, 30 guys that are super core, and another 15 or 20 that are interchangeable all the
Yeah.
time. And when you're using interchangeable guys, the money's different. Like Jay White is there, but Jay White's technically not under contract
He's
with
just on a
Impact.
per appearance deal. So
He's
yeah,
on a
it's
per
the
appearance
same
deal.
money.
He enjoys what he does. The Bullet Club's there. It's not costing them that much money. It's good for the ratings. It's good for the shows. It's good for the booking. They have the fucking Bullet Club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not paying $5 million to have the whole Bullet Club there, but they got the whole Bullet Club that's needed. You know what I mean? They
No,
got
for
5
sure.
members. I mean, you know what I'm saying? 5 guys on a regular that are there. So, I mean, I think it's good how they're doing this. I expect more big names that we're not sure about to come
That's
back
it.
and
Like now, if one guy's
show up.
out, they're just gonna shuffle in a new
Oh
guy.
yeah. If Morrissey's leaving, somebody else is coming in. I mean,
Yeah.
Jonah's gone. Jonah's
Yeah, Jonah's already gone.
Jonah's gone. Well, they offered him money, but he didn't want to take it. He left on good terms. He said thank you. Maybe in the future he'll be back. He said bye for now on his Twitter. Basically, they couldn't come to an agreement to keep him. They wanted him, but he was money looking for something else. You know, he'll probably show up in AEW or New Japan or something. I think he'll probably guarantee him a contract. But
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, David Hart Smith is somebody who's, been chilling in the NWA who should be on a bigger company that I think,
Oh yeah, NWA has a lot of guys in that situation.
I think he might be the next guy to show up.
I heard that AEW has, like, they're not going to use Colt Cabana anymore. Colt Cabana is going to be in Ring of Honor, and they're not booking him in AEW anymore, and he's only going to work in Ring of Honor, but there's no Ring of Honor shows right now.
That sucks. Colt
But
Cabana.
they're starting to maybe send some guys there. So maybe we're going to see
We'll see if Ring of
some
Honor
guys
comes.
that we haven't seen a lot on TV get some spotlight on Ring of Honor. I'll start watching Ring of Honor again if they
do ever put it on TV. I mean, look at all the guys that are, let's just name 3 guys right now that should be on TV that we're not seeing because there's no Ring of Honor. Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
Silas Young.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what's his name? He was Jesus.
The Goods, Josh Woods.
The Goods, Josh Woods is another one. But I was thinking about what's his name that got whooped by Bully Ray with the lashes.
Flip Gordon.
Flip fucking Gordon is not on television on a
Flip
regular
Gordon
basis.
should have been in AEW from day one.
From day one, man.
I got to meet this guy actually, and I'll tell you, he's very, very cool. Really likes Canada.
Does he? He's a Marine too, isn't he? A Marine, an American
former Marine, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice to know that a crazy ass Marine likes us. So that's a good thing. So yeah.
You can see actually I did commentary for his match against Mike Bailey at LDDC. You can find that on YouTube.
That must have been a sick ass match.
It was. So we're going to end the show here. It was a great doing an episode once again with you, Dre. Who do you got as your thumbs up of the week this week?
Hey man, it's got to be MJF.
Yeah. MJF.
No thumbs up bigger than that's the biggest thumb up of the week.
MJF. I mean, the most interesting character in wrestling right now. He's a must-see.
That's what he should. You know what? That should be his gimmick as he comes out now. I'm MJF, the most interesting character in wrestling. Why? Because I'm better than you, and you know it. Pow. Send it
Yeah,
to him. Email it. Send.
that's it. I can't wait to see more about this guy. Yeah, I really think he might really impact the ratings. People are gonna really go out of their way to see what he does live.
Or how
Especially
long
if
he
he's saying
stays off
fuck
TV.
on TV. People are gonna be like, I can't PVR this. I need to see this shit live,
Yeah.
man.
When they blurped it out, I sincerely thought he was calling Tony Khan a racial slur.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, oh my god, that would
He
be
went,
that would have
"You
been horrible.
fucking beep, 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 beep." I was like, did he just insult what he was? Like, call him a cat, something like that? Or what did he call him?
He
Like,
just wants that now he's getting himself canceled. He's
yeah, like,
pulling a freaking Kramer.
yeah, exactly. I was like, Jesus, man, this man's enraged right now.
Yeah,
Somebody posted an angle from behind when they took the microphone away. And he's like yelling at the guy on the side of the ring, flipping him off and shit. And like it continued. They cut and that's what I said to my girlfriend. I was like, yo, they made it so awkward. They cut off to JR and they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even
They
know
just
what
cut
to
it off and
say.
then they don't acknowledge it after.
Yeah, they're just like talking about the first thing. Yeah, so earlier CM Punk was in the ring. I was like, yo, they're not acknowledging it. So they're either really covering this up or this was 100% legit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
everybody's like, we're supposed to go on after that? Like what? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
no, for sure. That was like probably the highlight of the night, I would say, for the show.
Exactly.
So yeah, so it was a great week, and we'll check that all out next week. We've got another big week
Yeah.
coming up. So have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching.